now, I don't know if you've noticed, but the album charts are all over the place this week, aren't they? We've got Virulin, of course, at #1, and it's just like the 1960s all over again, and the rest of it, 11 Beatles records in the top 40, no less.
Takes me back to my teens, I have to say. Wonderful. It's because the Fab Four's music has all been digitally remastered to coincide with the anniversary of their last studio album.
Yes, but for one man, Beatles mania never went away, as Bob Hockenhull's been finding out.
The long and winding road.
You're listening to Beatles and Beyond with Pete Dix, and I've got this great CD which is about all the songs that influenced John, Paul, George and Ringo.
It is a long and winding road that leads to this tiny cellar in Brown Hills in the West Midlands. Surrounded by an Aladdin's cavern of memorabilia, Pete Dix has been recording his weekly Beatles show for 10 years. The programme is sent to radio stations and fans all around the world.
I present what I think is the longest running Beatles-themed radio programme in Europe, called Beatles and Beyond. And the good thing about it is, it's not just the Beatles. The Beyond can be anything associated with them in any way. So that includes their own solo work, their own record labels, tribute bands, book reviews, anything.
Makes you feel alright. I'll get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright.
The Beatles are enjoying something of a revival. Their albums make up a quarter of the top 40 this week. The remastered versions providing more Fab Four material for Pete to play. He may have listeners across the universe, but one of his biggest fans lives just down the road in Walsall.
It's different. It's not exclusively Beatles. It's Beatles solo work, and it's easily accessible anytime that you like it.
Shelves rammed with different versions of old favourites help keep Pete's show fresh.
And there are some very unfamiliar sleeves in Pete's collection. This one, for example, had a very limited release in America, and it was sent to Pete by a listener from California.
Such generous fans prove Pete's show clearly is a magical mystery tour for all involved. Bob Hockenhull, BBC Midlands Today.
Playing Beatles music 8 days a week, isn't he?
Indeed, and that Beatles music got our cameraman Paul going a bit. Slinky Hips, I'm now going to call him from now on.
He's
Seen him in a whole new light.
Flexibility of a plank usually, so that really says something about their music, doesn't it?